Hi, fellow comrades. This is Johnson the Believer. I would like to talk about some things, and first of all, I will first talk about the way that we are handling condemning injustices in our country, Uganda. And for instance, there is a instance that happens to someone who is on the oppressor's side, and because for me I'm on the oppressed side, I want to take it like normal, let it happen to that one. This is my own personal opinion. It is not supposed to be handled in that way. We need that at the same time, the way we condemn any kind of injustice against the oppressed should be also condemned against the oppressor side. Because if we decided to be like, no, this one has happened to that one of the regime's side, it's okay, let it happen. That means we are normalizing that situation. So if it continues happening on that side, that one of the regime, they kill themselves, today they kill this one, tomorrow this one, the next day another one. That means time will reach and turn back and out to your side. So how will you come out and condemn it when it has turned to your side? You have been mute about the other side. That's the same thing. We will be not having any difference between us and them. But to us, we have to show them a difference that we are against any kind of injustice, no matter who it has happened to. So when it happens to that one of opposition, then we'll be able to come out and condemn it with the same energy that we have condemned it from the other one of the oppressor. I think at that point I can be clear on that. And another issue that I want to talk about is the issue of alien skin. I have never talked about anyone, but for now I will talk about that issue. We saw that there is a way how the state is trying to cover some cases of like they're kind of their mafias. Alien skin, first time he got favor from the public when he was slapped by Palacio, but at the end of the day he was bought and he betrayed the public, and the public withdrew the favor that they gave him. So on that way, now at this point they has reached a point of I may call it murder in quotes, because this guy has been working with alien skin all along. We know him as his diehard Joram, and Joram died from Fangoni Forest. That's where his death came from. To that extent, they picked the body of Joram and took him to Zambia Hospital. By them taking him to Zambia Hospital, the police wanted to get postmortem and get the records and the report how the guy died. But because that gang of alien skin from the Fangoni Forest, they knew that when the investigation is going to take place, when the postmortem is going to take place, they will know that the guy was being killed, or the guy maybe something happens to him from the postmortem. They decided to go there and block that process instead of respecting the process to make sure let the postmortem be done if it was truly an accident. But they decided to go there and even assault a nurse and a gatekeeper of Zambia Hospital. This is totally wrong. I really condemn it. I strongly condemn that instance that happens. And me personally, I call for justice for Joram. Joram deserves justice. And the state came out, because the other one is being used in their missions. They came out and create a case against him. At first they said he stole what? He stole a phone. They said iPhone 15 of 3 million. Do you think alien skin cannot afford that phone? He has the money and he has an iPhone. They again added that he stole that phone and added 480,000, which is all totally wrong. They are just trying to cover the murder case. But alien skin deserve to learn a lesson, deserve to be put behind the bar because of that. Someone cannot die at your side and you try to cover all that. They bring this case and this case. Again, he needs to be held accountable for the assault against the nurse of Zambia Hospital. That is a professional nurse. She's doing her job. And this is where the big problem has come, when you reach at the hospital and you don't be cared for, okay, being cared after, because of the way we're handling the nurses. At times they're doing sacrifice to save our lives. They are there, maybe the salary has delayed, and before you come out from nowhere and beat a nurse. What a shame to the Francophone forest. I think we needed to style up. The things of artists being involved in the things of killing and assaulting, beating each other, this is totally childish reasoning. The biggest problem, more than ignorance, is the arrogance. When you become arrogant, that becomes so beyond, and you cannot be controlled. So we need justice for Joram. The guy deserves justice. And another thing that I will talk about is the way how we are being prepared by the state. One, VSJ is well known as an opposition leader in Uganda for some years, though at times we know him like he was playing maybe for the state and what. But again, we have to put it back to our side as the oppressors. How does this drive us? The state want to create a situation that Kenya is not safe for any Ugandan. As long as you are against them, you are not safe in Kenya. They can do anything they want to do, and which is totally wrong. So we need to make sure we prepare for it, because what they did was like trying to see what the reaction of the opposition, how they will react when they arrest an opposition leader. That means it is coming to another opposition leader whom you like most. They will still again take him, because nothing will happen. We have seen it. One of you may be angry with me when I say this, but I'm responsible with what I'm saying. It happens to him in August when they shoot a canister on him. The whole public was mute, only condemning, and we make a lot of noise, but it doesn't help. The state has reached the point of they cannot be ashamed. It's like in their dictionary, the word ashamed, the word shame, it has no meaning. So they can do whatever they want to do. Arresting VSJ was kidnapping him, was a trial to the opposition how you will do and how you will react. So we have to come out and stand with him, regardless of anything, any biased stuff that we have against him. But we have to come out and stand against the injustice that happens, because the same way that they have done it and we go mute, we play it normal, is the same way they are going to play it on Bobby or any other areas, and the public still will be mute. So Ugandans, I think we need to wake up and make sure we can do something. For the case of Kenya, for the case of the so-called diplomats like the MPs, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, this was totally wrong, and they deserve to sit together and discuss with the government of Kenya about what happened. I saw the security spokesperson of Kenya trying to deny that they were not aware about the presence of VSJ in their account, but that doesn't mean that the person should be kidnapped in that way. VSJ himself has come out. They went yesterday to make an interview about the way he was kidnapped. Says they picked him. Those who picked him were dressed like Kenyan security. They put him in a vehicle which was numbered as Kenya, registered as a Kenyan vehicle. They drove him. Reaching at the border, they swapped the vehicle, and even the people who was there, they changed the language from Kiswahili, they changed to Luganda. At that point, that's when he realized that I'm taken. So we have to be keen enough and see what we can do about that. And For us as Ugandans, you can decide to boycott their businesses, like Starbucks. Starbucks, that petrol station, and they are selling gas cylinders in Uganda. That Starbucks is owned by Smee Ruto. So we can decide to boycott them, stop using product from Starbucks and other businesses that is being owned by Ruto in Uganda, because Kenyans had reached a point of stop importing the milk from Uganda. But since he was called and sat down with Museveni, they decide for him to come and start his businesses in Uganda, and also they allow milk to be imported in Kenya. So Uganda nowadays is exporting their milk in Kenya, and also Kenya is exporting petrol to Uganda. So we need to boycott all those things. You can decide to boycott them such that they can understand that we really against what they are doing against us. That means all your comrades who are in Kenya, they are not on the safe side. Anytime they can be picked from there. So I think this should be the high time to pick a leaf and see what we can do against that. To government to stand against the oppressed Ugandans. That is too much. Because Kenya was like kind of a safe side for us and a nearby country where we can just even walk and reach there, you settle. But now since they have reached the point of operating from there, orders comes from here and operate in Kenya. This is too much. So I think we need to do something about that for God and my country.